Good morning, children. Today we are discussing about food. Where does it come from? So today our topic is food. It's very important. It's a very important part of our life. So to do your daily course activities, you need energy. To get the energy, you need to take the food. Right. So it is our primary need. Without taking food, you cannot do anything. You cannot play. You cannot study. So to do any sort of physical activity or mental activity, that means you cannot think if you don't have food. So food is such important requirement of the living things. All the living things, they need food to live, to continue their life. They need food. Plants, animals, every organism, it needs food. So here the lesson is about the food, and here the topic that we are going to discuss about the food in this class, in 6th class, is that where does it come from? From where we are getting our food? See, if somebody asks you from where do you get the food, people, those who are living in metros, that is in urban areas, in cities and towns, they don't know exactly from where the food comes. Right. So if you have a friend who is living in metros, like in Mumbai or Hyderabad, if you ask him, he may say that we get the food from restaurant. Yes, nowadays we have so many advanced mobile applications, apps in your mobiles. You can choose the food what you want, the variety you want, the rotis, the type of rotis you want, the type of curry you want with that. Just if you press that, if you select the items, the delivery boy will deliver the food to your door. So the food comes from restaurant. Is it true? Right? Of course it is true. But to the restaurant, from where does it comes? Right? So we need to have a deep understanding. If you ask this question, the same question to your friend who is, if anybody is living in a village, if you ask, they may easily say that the food we are getting it from plants and animals, because they see that, they experience that every day. So in villages, what the villagers generally do? The villagers, they grow the crops. In most of the villages, agriculture is the main occupation. The job of the villagers is to grow the plants, that is agriculture, and to rear the animals. Animals are reared for milk and other items, food items. So if you have visited any village, you can experience that, you can see that. Food, we are getting it from plants and animals, right? But if you have not visited any village, you have not seen any village in any movie or any other place, then you don't know from where does the food comes. So you may just think that we are getting the food from restaurant. But even in the restaurant, the food has to be prepared. With what they prepare? They prepare with some ingredients. From where do they get that ingredients? These ingredients to prepare our food, we get from plants and animals. So here in this lesson, we are discussing this topic under 4 headings. The first one is food variety. The second one is food materials and sources. Third one is plant and animal food products. And the fourth one, what do animals eat? Now let us begin with the first one, food variety. Food variety. So your mama is giving you same kind of food in the lunch every day. Your mom is giving you the same kind of food. Every day you have 2 rotis or 3 rotis in your lunch pack along with some salad or the same curry, same dal. You're getting rotis and dal every day. What do you say? One day you will stop eating the lunch and you will complain to your mom, You are giving the same. It is routine. It is boring. I am not interested to eat the rotis with dal every day. You will ask your mom to make some other. You will ask your mom to make some paratha or some fried rice or some khichdi. Right? So why? Because we need a variety of food. Okay? So we are looking for a variety of food. We don't need variety of food. Food is to just survive. By eating the same kind of food also we can live. But we have very highly developed senses. Our senses are very much developed. Our hearing sense and our vision and our taste, they are very highly developed. So we are having more developed senses than compared to other animals. So we have good taste. To satisfy our taste, we need a lot of variety in our food. So if every day the same kind of food is given to you, you may tell your mom that you need some change. You are getting bored with the food. So we look for a lot of variety. And you see the people around you in your class, you ask your friends, if you have 30 members in your class, you ask your friends what is their favorite dish. Just make a list of it. Write the names of all your friends on one side and their favorite dishes. You will see each one of them, they may like different kind of food. So everyone will be there having their own choice. All do not want the same kind of food. So different people like different food. Right? So we need a variety of food. So now let us see how this variety comes into the food. So now let us talk about the food variety. So in nature, there is a lot of variety in the nature. The nature itself has given a lot of variety things for us to see, to enjoy, to eat. You don't have only one kind of food in the nature. Nature has given you so many different variety, fruits, vegetables, cereals, pulses. There are so many things that you can eat. These things, they are readily available in the nature. Early men, they used to eat the food as it is from the nature. There was no cooking. Later, they discovered the fire, then they started cooking. Even though they started cooking, they used to cook only certain things which enhance their taste by cooking, not everything. Right? They used to eat the different food items available in the nature as it is. If they used to get some vegetables, they used to eat the vegetable as it is, fruits as it is. Right? So they enjoyed the variety. So years passed on, centuries passed on. Now the evolved man, modern man, we are bored with that variety. So we wanted to create more variety food from what is there in the nature. So all we find the products of plants and animals as our food. So we are not taking them directly as it is. So you are given a glass of milk. No, not tasty. I want to mix something in this. The milk is made into ice cream. Yes, you like it. You will eat it. So the milk is mixed with some sugar, cream. It is made to an ice cream. So now you enjoy that. So we are looking for more variety than what is really existing in the nature. So day by day, you wanted to go for more and more taste, more variety of food items to eat. If you go to a restaurant, you will find a book menu. You will go through that, so many items are listed. How all these food items are prepared? They are prepared by using the basic ingredients. These are the ingredients which are available in the nature. Earlier we used to eat the ingredients as it is. Now we are not. We are making the food We are preparing the food by using these basic ingredients. What are all these called as? Ingredients. Right? So by mixing these ingredients in proper proportion and heating them to proper temperature, that is the process called as cooking, making a recipe. So by that we are preparing the food. So many food items. If you are asked for tell me any one food item for your lunch, you may give so many. Somebody says some biryani, somebody says rotis or paratha. So these are the food items, and how these food items are made? They are made from the ingredients. Just let us have a look at these ingredients. From nature we get fruits, we get a variety of fruits, right? And rice, wheat, jowar, bajra, all these are cereals we get from nature. Oils, we get different kind of oils from plants, seed oils, coconut seed oil, groundnut seed oil, mustard oil. So all these are the vegetable oils or cooking oils. And vegetables, a large variety of vegetables, potato, carrot, beetroot, capsicum, onion, beans, so all these vegetables we get from the nature. And dals, pulses, black gram, right? So urad dal and chana, we have that Bengal gram. So likewise we have dals and water, salt. Of course water and salt, they are not from either plant or animal, we get it from nature, water and salt. But those are also the very important ingredients in making food items, water and salt. So we get something from animals, like milk we get from animal, meat, egg, chicken, these are the products we get from the animals. So this is not the whole variety, I have mentioned a few, but we have a lot of variety of ingredients we get from the nature. So we also get spices. The spices, they make our food so tasty, right? Spices and salt, they enhances the taste and flavor of food. So earlier the food was eaten just to satisfy our hunger. So when you are hungry, when you don't have energy to do work, when you feel so weak, you used to take food, then you get energy to work. So food is, the purpose of the taking food is to satisfy your hunger. But nowadays, it's for the taste, for enjoyment. So we are enjoying the food by its taste, by its smell, by its texture, what is called as palatability, by its texture, color, everything. We are adding so many colors, natural colors, artificial colors, food colors. We are adding colors. So we wanted to enjoy every aspect of the food, not only its taste, its flavor, its color, its smell, all these things. So you need so many things to be added to the food to get all these kind of enjoyment. So simply you wanted to enjoy the taste, that is different. You wanted to enjoy the taste, you wanted to enjoy the smell, you wanted to enjoy the color, you wanted to enjoy the texture, that is the look, everything. So different things are added, ingredients are added to make a food item. Say for example, I say chicken biryani. So this is the food item I want. To make this food item, I need some ingredients. By using the ingredients, by using the flame, I can cook this chicken biryani. So what are the ingredients we need to make the chicken biryani? We need rice, we need water, we need salt, we need spices, very important. The flavor, the smell of the biryani is brought by the spices. Cloves, cardamom, right, cinnamon, jeera, all these spices Black pepper, they add flavor and they bring the spicy taste to the food item. So, salt, spices, water, rice, and this is chicken biryani, you need to add chicken. If it is a vegetable biryani, you need to add the vegetables. Now, let us see the different ingredients that we have used here. Water, spices, rice, chicken, and salt. Of course, you need some vegetables also like onions and chilies. So, you need some vegetables also to make the chicken biryani, onions and chilies. So, these are the ingredients by which we make this dish. So, to get a variety of food, we need to have so many ingredients. So, from where do we get these ingredients? So, just you find who is procuring the ingredients in your house, your mother or father. You might have gone to the supermarket with them one day, then you will see they will carry a list of items every month. So, as per the list, they will pick up the items from the shelves, from the supermarkets, or they may go to a grocery shop and they may give the list to the person. He will pack all the items as per the quantity you have specified. So, all these ingredients your mother or father will be carrying to your house and putting them in the boxes in the kitchen. So, that is sufficient for the whole month. So, you see that you count the number, how many, it will be like around some 40 to 50 items you are purchasing every month. So, that means you need 40 to 50 variety ingredients to make the whole dishes. Of course, along with those items, grocery items you purchase, every week or every 3 days or every day, your mother or father might be buying some vegetables and fruits. So, every alternate day or some people weekends, they buy all these fruits and vegetables. They are very important. And every day morning, you are getting milk packets. So, see that to get a variety of food, you need to have a variety of ingredients, right? Now, let us see one more food item, how it is prepared. So, now we have one more dish here. This is a most favorite South Indian dish, that is sambar. So, the sambar, it is used in combination with idli or with rice or with chapati. So, with any kind of staple food, you can use it as a side dish for this. The sambar, how this is made. This is also a good food made out of different ingredients. Now, let us see what are the ingredients with which this sambar is made. To make sambar, you need to have water and you need to have salt, and the main ingredient in sambar is that dal, red gram. So, with that the sambar is made. Now, vegetables, drumstick and onions, tomato, bottle gourd, carrot, these vegetables are put in this sambar, they are boiled in this sambar. Along with that, you need to grind some spices and to put the powder of the spices in the sambar. So, you need to have the spices. So, we can understand this is a complicated food item, because if it contains more number of ingredients, it is more complicated. If the food item, the recipe takes less ingredients, less complex. Say, if you are asked to make an omelette, omelette is a food item, what do you need? Just you need one egg, salt, chili powder, oil and a pan to fry that omelette. That is all. It is very simple, very easy. You need very less ingredients, right? So, you know how to make an omelette. Just break the egg, whip the egg, put some salt and chili powder in that, whip it, heat the pan, put some oil and pour this egg mixture, then spread it evenly. Your omelette is ready. So, it is a very simple recipe, but even though, see how many ingredients are required. Even though it is simple, you need to have an egg, salt, chili powder, vegetable oil. So, these are the ingredients we need to make an omelette. So, this is sambar. Here you need spices. Here I am simply saying spices, but there is a list of spices. What is needed? Black pepper is needed, mustard is needed, jeera is needed, likewise. And I am telling vegetables, here is a list of vegetables needed. So, this is very complex because it needs different type of vegetables, different type of spices, water, salt and all. Right. So, for every day, for our lunch and dinner, we make rotis. In North India, they make rotis. South India, they make rice. To cook rice, nothing is needed, rice and water. So, that is the steamed rice or boiled rice. But they can't eat it alone. You cannot simply eat the rice. You need some curry to made with that, made for that. Sambar or any other curry, chicken curry or tomato curry. Some curry has to be made, some gravy has to be made to eat along with this rice. In the same way, rotis are made. Very simple. You need to have wheat flour, atta, salt and water. You will make the dough. Make the dough into balls. These balls are rolled into chapatis or rotis, and these rotis are heated on a pan or a tawa. But can you eat the rotis alone? No, you need to have something to eat with the rotis. So, some curry is made, some aloo curry is made, some gobi curry is made to eat along with this rotis. So, to make the curry, to make the aloo curry, you need aloo, you need chili powder, oil, salt, onion, chilies, all these things. Right? So, here the thing that you need to understand is that the variety of food that we are enjoying in our day-to-day life, this variety of food is coming from ingredients. It's made out of some ingredients. So, those are the ingredients. From where do we are getting these ingredients? We are getting these ingredients from the nature. Some ingredients are from plants, some ingredients are from animals, some ingredients are from nature like salt, water from nature, some from plants, some from animals. So, that is the point we should acknowledge here, that the ingredients to make our variety of food items, they are coming from the nature, that is from the plants and animals. So, now let us go to the second thing, food materials and sources. Food materials, nothing but the ingredients. We discussed that the food items are prepared by using different ingredients. So, what are these ingredients? What are the sources of these ingredients? I already told you, we are getting the ingredients or the food materials from different sources. What are the different sources? Plant and animal sources. First, let us see what we are getting from plants. From plants, we are getting grains, cereals, rice, wheat, jowar, bajra, sorghum, all these kind of cereals we are getting, we calling under the heading grains. Grains are used as a staple food, main food, right? So, you see the main food the people use in India, North India, they use wheat as their staple food. With wheat they make rotis, chapati, paratha. In South India they use rice. With rice they make steamed rice or different kind of rice items. So, rice is the staple food, the main food. And pulses, oils we get from plants, vegetable oil, seed oils, coconut oil, groundnut oil, mustard oil, rice bran oil. Likewise, we get different kind of oils, vegetable oils or cooking oils we get. Vegetables, fruits, sugar or jaggery, good. Jaggery or sugar. So, these are all from plants. Grains, pulses, oils, vegetables, fruits, sugar or jaggery, spices and condiments. Spices and condiments we get from the plants. Variety of spices are used in our dishes. So, all these we are obtaining from plants. So, we are getting the ingredients to make our food from the natural sources. So, among those sources, the first important source, plants. The second one, let us see animals. Animals are also the biggest source of ingredients to make our food items. What do you get from animals? The first thing we need to talk about is milk. Milk is a wholesome food. It's consumed by most of the people for all ages, from the newborn baby to the aged old man or old woman. We need to drink milk. It contains all the essential nutrients to keep up our body proper health. Milk, it contains carbohydrate, protein, vitamin, everything in balance. It's a wholesome food. So the milk is obtained from animals. Which animals? Cow, buffalo, goat, and some places camel. So these are the animals from which we obtain milk. So the milk itself gives us so many ingredients. We get ghee, butter, cheese, these items from the milk. So those are also the ingredients of so many food items. Ghee is used in many of the food items. In making sweets, ghee is used. Milk. From the milk, we get curd. With that, we make buttermilk, lassi. See how many items, products are coming. Even from the milk, we get ice cream. So many sweets are made out of milk. So it is the source of so many different things, and milk is consumed by the people, those who eat vegetarian food. It also consumed by the people, those who eat non-vegetarian food. Even though it is from animal source, people, those who do not eat non-vegetarian food, those who do not eat chicken, mutton and other foods, even though they consume that milk. Right? So milk is an ingredient. It's a very major ingredient of our food that we obtain from animals. Next to that, eggs. Eggs are also a good source, a good ingredient in making so many items. Eggs are used to make cakes, eggs are used to make omelets. So they are used in so many food items. While making so many food items, they use the egg. And egg itself, you can make an omelette or you can boil an egg and you can consume it. Eggs we get from hen, geese, duck, turkey. So mostly we get the eggs from the hen, that is a poultry chicken. Now next we have chicken and mutton and seafood, fish, prawns, crabs. So likewise. So these are the flesh or the meat we obtain from these animals. Chicken from the hen, mutton, that is from the goat or sheep, fish and prawns, crabs, these are found in the water bodies, either fresh water or salt water. So these are all consumed to get protein in the body, to build up our bodies, right? So these are all obtained from animals. These items are obtained from plants. In a combination of these items, we are making so many food items, right? So from nature also we get certain things, as I told you, water and salt, these things, right? So we understood two things now in this lesson. The first thing, to make a variety of food item, you need to have ingredients. Second thing, we understood that we are getting these ingredients from the natural sources in the nature, that is from the plants and animals. Let's see in detail about the sources that are coming from plants, about the sources that are coming from animals. So now let us see in detail about the plant parts as food items, right? We discussed that the ingredients we are getting it from plants and animals. So the sources are plants and animals. Now let us see the ingredients that we are getting from a plant and different parts of a plant, how they are used as food items, ingredients. Here I have drawn a plant. You know the parts of a plant. You learnt it in your lower class. A plant, it's having two major parts, stem and roots. The part which is above the ground is stem. The part which is below the ground is the root. And on the stem, there are so many things are fixed. What are they? On the stem, you find leaves, flowers, and fruits and seeds. You see that the root, beginning with the roots of different plants are used as food. Carrot, beetroot, it is also the root. Carrot, turnip, radish. See, all these are the roots of different plants. So there we are consuming the root. The root is used as an ingredient to make a food item. The source of food is the root of the plant. So in that case, in case of a carrot plant, which part we are consuming? Root. In case of a radish, which part of the plant we are consuming? Root. Moving up, stems of different plants are consumed. If you are making some dal with green leafy vegetable, palak is a plant itself. You are cutting off the root and you are eating the stem and leaves. Dhania, you are eating that. Methi, you are eating the total plant, stem along with the leaves. So green leafy vegetables, we eat the total stem along with the leaves. So that is the ingredient to make the food. And there are certain items we do not know that they are stems, but just they don't look like a stem. They look different. Examples like ginger. Ginger is the stem. Onion is the stem. Right. Potato is the stem. These are the stems of the plant which you are consuming. So in some plants we consume the stem. Which part of the plant you are eating? Stem. Somebody asks you, you are eating potato. Someone asked you, what are you eating? You can say that I am eating a potato. You can say that I am eating a stem. Yes, you are eating a stem. Right? Potato itself is a stem. Fruit of a plant is the fruits we get. Many of the vegetables are also nothing but the fruits. Many vegetables are the fruits of the plant. Eggplant you take, brinjal is nothing but the fruit. Tomato is nothing but the fruit. Of course, they do not have sugars in them, that's why they are not tasty, they are not sweet. But technically they are the fruit. They are developed from the flower. So the structure that is developed from the flower which store the food, you call it as a fruit. It bears the seeds. So the fruits, vegetables, what is the difference? Most of the vegetables are fruits, but they do not have sugars. Right? Apple, mango, these are the fruit with sugars. So they are tasty. Brinjal, tomato, they do not have sugars. So you need to cook and eat them. And all leafy vegetables, methi, dhania, and curry leaves, curry patta, curry leaves, flower, cauliflower, so seeds, all the grains are seeds, grains by dals, these are all the seeds. See, coconut, nariyal, it's a seed of the coconut tree. You are using the water, you are using the chopped and grated coconut in all the dishes. So it is the seed, right? So all the parts of a plant are used as a food. No part is exemption here. All parts of the plant are useful. Some or other way, we are consuming all different parts of the plant. In some cases, we are consuming the whole plant itself. In some cases, we are consuming the root, some cases stem, some cases fruit, leaf, flower, seed. Right. So, to make a food item, say for example, I am showing you here dal fry. Dal fry. This is a food item. So, we know that to make a food item, what you need to have ingredients. So, what are the ingredients here? Water, dal, oil, what else you need to have? Spices, curry leaves, and you need to have onion, right? You need to have onion or garlic or onion, these things. Onion by garlic. Now let us see, these are the ingredients. Now let us see what is this particular part. Water is a natural thing, it is not a part of a plant. So this is made up of, dal fry is made up of these items. Dal, seed of the plant. Oil, it comes from the seed of the plant. Spices, they come the seed of the plant or fruit. Curry leaves, leaf of the plant. Leaf. Onion, stem of the plant. Right? Stem of the plant. Different parts. So now you can take any one of the food item, just make a list of the ingredients. If you don't know, ask your mom, because she is an expert in doing that. She'll be making so many items for you every day. Take one of your favorite item, ask what are the ingredients to make the item. Now identify from which part of the plant they are. Which particular part of the plant is that ingredient? Identify it. So, and fill the table. So, then you will be totally aware of the concept here. What are the different parts of the plant that we are using as an ingredient for our food items? So, now let us see the plant ingredients we have seen. Certain, here are some specific items like sprouts, honey. These are the plant ingredients, but with a very little modification. They are changed to a different taste and a value. Sprouts are nothing but the seeds which are soaked overnight. When the seeds are soaked overnight, they produce a small baby root which are called as sprouts. The dry seeds, you cannot eat them raw. They are not tasty and not easy to digest. You cannot chew them also. But without cooking them, simply by putting them in water or in a moist cloth, you can make the sprouts come out of the seeds. Sprouts. Sprout is a seed which has given out a baby root. Moong dal, chana, these two are generally used to make the sprouts. The sprouts are very nutritious. You have plenty of amino acids and vitamins in the sprouts that help us your body building and for good health. They help us a lot. So it is advisable to eat the sprouts. So how do you get the sprouts? That is by soaking the seeds in water, you get the sprouts. So they have very good nutritive value, which is a very simple thing that you make. You yourself can make it. You don't need a fire, flame, stove, nothing else. What you need is that take some seeds, soak them in the water for overnight. The next day you will find the sprouts. The other thing, honey. Honey is from the nectar. This nectar is from the flowers. But in this case, we are not doing anything. It's all done by the honeybees. So what do these honeybees? They do. The honeybees, they collect the nectar from the flowers. Right? The nectar is collected from the flower. It is a sweet smelling liquid. Nectar is nothing but the sweet smelling liquid which contains sugars. If the nectar is stored in the same way as the nectar, it gets spoiled, decomposed by bacteria and microorganisms. So what the honeybees does, they add some enzymes to the nectar and make the nectar to honey. Now the honey is preserved. It is not spoiled by organisms. The honey is preserved in the beehive. Honeybees, they keep the honey in the beehive. Beehive. Beehive is the home of honeybees, which is having so many small pocket-like rooms, and the honeybees, they make it with the wax, bee wax. So in the beehive, the honey is stored. So it is also very nutritious, rich in vitamins and minerals, which is obtained naturally. What is the source? Plant. It's made, we are not making it. It's naturally made by honeybees. Right? So these are the different ingredients that we obtain from the plants. Now let us see animals and their food. What do animals eat? So now let us see what do animals eat. So we discussed that the food is available in the nature, that is obtained from two sources, plants and animals. If it is for animals or for the humans, the sources are these two, plants and animals. Right? Here I have a list of animals. For these animals, the food is obtained from these sources, either plants or animals. But they have some choices. Animals, you see that certain animals, they eat certain kind of food. They do not eat all types of food. Right? See the cow. What does it eat? A cow, it eats the plants, grass, grains, husk, grain, oil seed cake. These are the foods that are eaten by the cow. It eats leaves, grass, that is the main food of cow. It doesn't eat any other animal. It eats only the plant foods. The next one is tiger. Tiger eats animals. Tiger is a predator. It hunts the other animals and take it as a food. Deer and other small animals are hunted by the tiger. Rat. A rat eats grains. In the field you see, or in the house you see, in your kitchen, if there are any rats, they are spoiling the grains, rice and other grains. At the same time, the rat, it will eat some other animal flesh also. Might be the dead animal or any live animal. So rat, it eats both the plant as well as animal food. And the next one is cat. A cat, it drinks milk and it eats other small birds. And you see the goat. It eats only the grass and leaves. A snake. A snake, it will eat the other small animals. So likewise, animals, they have their food choices. They eat either plant or animal foods. Some animals, they eat both plant as well as animal foods. So on basing their food habit, they are categorized to herbivores or the animals which eat only plants, carnivores or the animals which eat only animals, omnivores are the animals which eat both plants and animals. Right? So this is how animals eat their food, choose their food.